Hello friends, let's discuss shortcut method formulas for function cos ax and sin ax, that is for trigonometric function as well as for hyperbolic function. So to find particular integral, the important condition is your auxiliary equation must be in terms of d square. Now we can use relation between trigonometric function and exponential function here. So cos ax can be written as e raised to iax plus e raised to minus iax upon 2. So we can operate this auxiliary equation on exponential function. So it is equal to, so 1 upon 2 is constant and this will be 1 upon d is replaced by a. Now d square will be replaced by, so I square is minus 1 into a square for the function e raised to iax plus 1 upon 2 times, again we replace d by minus ia, so we get d square will be replaced by square of minus is plus, I square is minus a square into e raised to minus iax. So we can take 1 upon 5 of minus a square as it is, and remaining term will be e raised to iax plus e raised to minus iax upon 2, that is cos ax. So this is your required formula for trigonometric function. Replace d square by minus a square, or we can give another justification as, since derivative of f of x, that is cos ax, is equal to minus a times cos ax. So derivative of cos is minus sin ax into a. Second order derivative of cos ax will be, so this minus as it is, derivative of sin is cos ax into a. So second order derivative of cos will give us function in terms of cos. So same is the case with any polynomial containing d square, when operated on cos ax will give us polynomial in terms of minus a square into cos ax. So by rearranging the terms, we can find formula for trigonometric function cos ax, and that formula is replace d square by minus a square in the same trigonometric function. So both justifies the same formula. Same is the case with sin. If we consider f of x is equal to sin ax, then we can rewrite sin in terms of exponential formula e raised to iax minus e raised to minus iax upon 2 times I. Whenever we operate auxiliary equation phi of d square on sin ax, so we can separate these exponential functions independently, 1 upon 2 times I into, replace d by ia, so d square will be replaced by minus a square into e raised to iax minus 1 upon 2 times I into e raised to minus iax upon d will be replaced by minus ia. So square of minus will be positive, I square is minus 1 into a square. So we can take 1 upon minus a, phi of minus a square common. So this will be phi of minus a square, and e raised to iax minus e raised to minus iax upon 2i is nothing but sin ax. So this will be our formula. So we can generalize. Shortcut method formula to find particular integral is replace d square by minus a square. Always remember this negative term a is taken from coefficient of x in the exponential in the trigonometric function. Sorry. Same is the case with shortcut method formula for hyperbolic function. So we go for the third case. For f of x is equal to cos hyperbolic ax or sin hyperbolic ax. Whenever we operate an auxiliary equation in terms of d square on hyperbolic function, we can use relation between hyperbolic function and exponential function, and that relation for cos hyperbolic ax is e raised to ax plus e raised to minus ax upon 2. Now we can separate this auxiliary equation on each exponential function. So 1 upon 2 is common. We replace d by a as per shortcut method formula for exponential function into e raised to ax plus 1 upon 2 times replace d by minus a. So d square will be replaced by plus a square. So if you take 1 upon 5 of a square outside, so the remaining term will be e raised to ax plus e raised to minus ax upon 2, which is nothing but the given hyperbolic function. It is not d square, please pardon me. So phi of a square into cos hyperbolic ax. This is our shortcut method formula for cos hyperbolic ax, and the formula is replace d square by plus a square. This is the major difference between the shortcut method formulas of hyperbolic function as well as trigonometric function. Same is the case with sin hyperbolic. If we consider auxiliary equation in terms of d square operated on sin hyperbolic ax, then we use relation of hyperbolic function along with exponential function. It is e raised to ax minus e raised to minus ax upon 2. Now we separate that auxiliary equation. So it is 1 upon 2 times e raised to ax upon phi of d square minus 1 upon 2 times e raised to minus ax upon phi of d square. As per the shortcut method formula for hyperbolic exponential function, formula is replace d square, replace d by a. So here we replace d square by a square. So that term will be common, and after taking 1 upon phi of a square common, we get e raised to ax minus e raised to minus ax upon 2, which is nothing but sin hyperbolic ax. So this is our shortcut method formula. So for hyperbolic function, again we replace d square by a square, and in case of trigonometric function, we replace d square by minus a square. So let's take one example. Example: find the general solution of hyperbolic function d square minus 3d plus 2y is equal to sin hyperbolic x. Here, for function f of x is equal to sin hyperbolic x, value for a is equal to 1, implies a square is also equal to 1. Now, we check whether is there any case of failure or not. So for the given we consider phi of d is equal to d square minus 3d plus 2. We consider it in terms of d square, and by using formula we need to replace d square by 1. So d square is replaced by 1 minus 3 times d plus 2. If we simplify this will be 3 minus 3d. You can take 3 common and 1 minus d. Since it is not equal to 0, therefore required value for particular integral is, whenever we operate auxiliary equation in terms of d square on the function sine hyperbolic x, we replace d square by a square, and it is 3 times 1 minus d. 1 minus d into sine hyperbolic x. Again, d is not removed completely, so we use method of rationalization. So we multiply numerator and denominator by the conjugate. So it will be 1 plus d and 1 minus d in the denominator will give us 1 minus d square into sine hyperbolic x. Now here, if we replace d square by 1, so we get case of failure. So in terms of case of failure, what we do, we take the derivative of auxiliary equation. So what will be the derivative of auxiliary equation? So simply it will be 1 upon 2 times d into sine hyperbolic x. So since we differentiated once, so we multiply by x. So it is x upon 3 in bracket 1 plus d. We can take this minus 2 outside, and 1 upon d represents integration of sine hyperbolic, that is cos hyperbolic x, and it is equal to minus x upon 6 into cos hyperbolic x plus derivative of cos hyperbolic x is nothing but sine hyperbolic x. So this will be the required particular integral.